Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar on Technology Enablement session on Hexagon's GIS and remote sensing capabilities for academia. Hexagon's Safety, Infrastructure, and Geospatial Division improves the resilience and sustainability of the world's critical services and infrastructure. Our technologies transform complex data about people, places, and assets into meaningful information and capabilities for better, faster decision making in public safety, utilities, defense, transportation, and government verticals. Now, I would like to introduce our speakers. We have Sumit Khanna, who is a seasoned professional with 14 plus years of experience in the technology industry involving various aspects of marketing. He leads the marketing activities for Hexagon's Geosystem, SIG, and mining division. Next, we have Shashank Mathur. He has a total of 24 years of experience and has been with Hexagon for the past 12 years, and he leads the pre-sales team for the SIG division. After that, we will have Sumit Thapa, who is an imagery solution expert and has been working with Hexagon for the last 15 years. Dr. Madan Jha, who is also a seasoned GIS professional with more than 22 years of experience in managing multi-scale geospatial projects and programs. He is working currently with MapMy India since 2006, and he heads their map division. And before handing it over to our speakers, I would like to mention that if at any point you have any questions, please enter them in the questions box. Our presenters welcome your questions and will address them after their presentations. In case, due to a paucity of time, we are unable to answer all your questions in our live session, we will reach out to you after the webinar through email. And just to let you know, we will also be sharing a recording of this webinar after the session. So now I will go over the agenda once. So in today's session, we will be covering 5 major topics. We will start with a small overview about Hexagon and then move on to opportunities in the geospatial and remote sensing industries for education and R&D institutions. After which we will discuss the required skill sets for students, researchers in the geospatial industry, use cases of the geospatial technology, and an overview of Hexagon's GIS and remote sensing education kit. Now I will pass it on to Sumit Khanna, who will take us through the first few topics.
Thanks, Divya. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. If I talk about Hexagon, Hexagon is a global leader in digital reality solutions, combining sensor, software, and autonomous technologies, creating a sustainable and autonomous future. We are present in 50 plus countries across the globe with a manpower of 24,000 plus employees and a revenue of 5.4 billion euros. We have 5,500 plus patents to our name, and our yearly allocation to R&D department is close to 10 to 12%. Moving on to the next chart, if I talk about our divisional structure, these are the 5 key divisions through which we operate: manufacturing intelligence, asset lifecycle intelligence, geosystem, autonomous solutions, safety infrastructure, and geospatial. If you talk about this, you will see how we capture and create realities, how we immerse users in that information to help them create and activate data and deliver improvements. Moving on to the next chart, this chart actually shows our presence in India. We have a total of 3,000 plus employees spanning across 18 cities. We have 15 offices across India and 11 service centers and along with 4 R&D centers across India. Moving on to the next chart. In India's recent journey of sustainable economic growth, the geospatial information has emerged as an effective enabler to support good governance, sustainable development goals, and empowerment of citizens. It is growing to be an exceptionally interdisciplinary domain encompassing artificial intelligence, virtual reality, big data, biodiversity, and geology. Geospatial technology is widely used in environmental monitoring, conservation, and natural resource management. If I talk about the opportunities in GIS and remote sensing industries for education and R&D institutes, we have career opportunities like GIS analyst, surveyor, geospatial data scientist, cartographer, urban planner, research scientist, and we have listed everything over there. If you talk about the key industries which you can look out for, they are surveying, forestry, land records, agriculture, public safety, government, and I'm very proud to say that Hexagon is present across all these industries. Moving on to the next chart. This chart basically talks about, what are the required skill sets for students and research in geospatial industry. If I talk about the rapid expansion of remote sensing science and the need for accurate geospatial technology to manage our ever-changing planet, has actually resulted in disruptive forces in remote sensing education. The current trend in industry and government is toward a future that uses more remotely sensed data. So what that basically means that if I talk about skill sets needed for you is basically, data analysis, because you need to actually process large quantity of raw spatial information to come up with something, or, to come up with that project or analysis for your particular organization. From a remote sensing standpoint, your decision making skills are supposed to be excellent, along with a very high command on data analysis, and monitoring and quick response is a key aspect of skills required in this particular domain. If I talk about GIS skills requirement, the information assessment is a very crucial thing, because if you're not able to map the things, then it becomes a bit challenging for you to deliver the results in the longer term. And last but not the least, nowadays everything is automated. Everyone knows about it. So automation is a key aspect when industry. So that's all from my side. Now I'll pass it on to Shashank Mathur, who will take you through the use cases of geospatial industries. Thank you.
Thank you, Sumit, and good afternoon, everyone here. So I'm Shashank Mathur. So I will talk about some of the use cases using the Hexagon Geospatial technology, the remote sensing technology. So the use cases are related to the agriculture, related to the city planning, forestry, land record. So some of the use cases we will see here. So coming to the agriculture use case, using the Hexagon GIS and remote sensing technology, we can develop the various type of applications. We can utilize that technology in a various applications like agriculture mapping, the identification of the crop, assessment of claim settlement, analyzing the changes during the different years, the statistical integration, the real-time dashboard. So you can integrate various kind of information like the drone images, the high-resolution satellite images, the data coming from the field survey using the mobile apps. So you can integrate the various type of applications, and you can also enable the AI ML model in the remote sensing and GIS software, and you can utilize that technology for various applications. So let's say for example, for crop identification, so you can learn the build the AI ML model, learn it using the various signatures, and then you can identify the various species of the crop. Similarly, you can compare the different images, and you can identify whether the change in the crop, whether and analyzing the growth and the growth of the crop and the pattern of the crop. Coming to the forestry solution, so we have implemented a lot of applications in the forestry, like the afforestation, the forest cover change, the illegal encroachment, the group treatment map, the forest fire, the human-animal conflict. So there are a lot of applications we have implemented. So we are utilizing the information from this. We are utilizing the information from the high resolution satellite images, drone images, mobile apps. So we can capture the information along with the photograph and video using the mobile app, and then we can integrate all these information. Even you can integrate the fire information coming from the MODIS satellite, and then after integrating this information, you can develop various use cases like for example, using the Hexagon remote sensing technology, the ADAS imaging, you can create an AI ML model, and you can create an AI ML model, and identify the changes in the forest. You can also identify the encroached land in the forest, because this encroachment is done by the illegal mining or change in the land use, the illegal basically change in the illegal land use. So those encroachments are important to identify. So that is why if you use the AI ML technology inbuilt in the ADAS imaging software, you can identify these changes easily. Similarly, there is a lot of man-animal conflict, which basically impacts the man or the agriculture field or the house of the or some houses or buildings. So you can use the mobile app by the villagers, and you can record these incidents, integrate these incidents in your GIS applications, and this will help you to analyze and assess the damage, and then you can analyze the what should be the compensation to be paid. So these are some of the forestry the solutions what we have implemented. So there are a lot of applications. We can, if anybody is interested, we can always discuss offline, and we can connect anytime, and we can discuss in detail. Coming to the land record application. So in land records application, we have the Hexagon GIS and remote sensing desktop, server, and mobile solution. So you even in addition to that, we have the Hexagon Geosystems equipments, which is basically recording the information from the field, like the DGPS instrument, the total station instruments, the LiDAR scanners, the GPR scanners. So there are multiple equipments available with the Hexagon Geosystem, which can record the information from the field and integrate that information along with your GIS application. So in GIS, basically what all you can do in land record. So you can digitize the map. So digitizing the map basically requires the high or high accuracy. So that software provides you all the snapping and the snapping tools and the digitization tools or high-end digitization CAD-like tools, which will enable you to digitize the map accurately on a single instance. Even if there is a requirement of fabric adjustment. So fabric adjustment, basically the part of the parcel you want to adjust with the existing parcel map. So there are tools, algorithms available in the Hexagon GIS software, using which you can always adjust the fabric, and it is like georeferencing. So you just adjust the fabric with the existing data. Similarly, if you are getting data from the field book measurement as a COGO, so you can like the azimuth, bearing, the coordinates, longitude, latitude, easting, northing, distance, angle. So the data coming in this shape, you can always use the data, and using the COGO tool, you can draw the parcel, you can create the parcel boundaries. Even if you are getting the data from the total station and DGPS, you can ingest the data, create the parcel boundary here. After creating the geometry, you need to analyze the topological validations. So analyze the quality of the data. So you need to run these topological validations. So there are tools available which will basically check the geometry against the duplicate, overlap. There are multiple geometries. So there are a lot of checks are available which you can run and correct your geometry. So till here we were talking about only the geometry, which is just like a CAD, not a GIS data. So what you have to create a GIS, what you have to do is you have to integrate this data along with some attribute information. So attribute information in land record terminology. What we call it, records of right data. So records of right data basically stores the information of the parcel, like who is the owner of the parcel, what is uh, the usage of this, the land use of that parcel, whether it's an agriculture field or some built up area, what type of parcel it is. So there are a lot of transaction history. So a lot of data is available, which needs to be integrated with this geometry data and create basically a land record GIS. So once you create the land record GIS, you can always publish this data on the portal. You can create the web-based applications. You can create the dashboards, the status monitoring dashboards, or the some analysis dashboards. So those things you can always create using this parcel data. Coming to the city planning application. So in city planning application, basically starting from creating the master plan till the implementation of that master plan, Hexagon provides all the desktop and server-based GIS and remote sensing software. Uh, Even in addition to that, you can also always integrate the mobile app information and the information coming from the Hexagon Geosystem, which is basically providing the DGPS, the total station data. So those data you can always capture using the Hexagon Geosystem equipments. Integrate that data in your master plan. So even once you create the master plan, you have to digitize it and create a GIS. You have to attach with some attribute information. Once you attach with the attribute information, the data is available as a GIS data, and then you can create on top of this data, you can create the various kind of applications, like you can run some special analysis, the attribute based analysis. So like here you can analyze that, okay, show me all those parcels which are in the built up in a particular ward. So it is showing you all the open plots or built up area in a particular ward and the details of those parcels or those plots. So even you can search for various wards here. So in this way, because you have the total understanding of your area, because you have the GIS of this area, so you can utilize this information to create the next master plan. So where you have to build your cities or move your cities in which direction, which land use to be converted to a commercial one, which land use to be the open plots which are available for creating the built up area. So those decisions you can take easily using these GIS applications. Coming to the 3D, like 3D city model, again for the planning purpose. So you have the various type of 3D objects which needs to be planned, that it can be a built up any building or any other structures needs to be planned in your 3D city or in a society or in a particular zone, ward or area. So what you need to check? You need to check as a town planner. You need to check basically whether it is impacting any other existing building or any other existing structure or not. Impacting means it is the shadow, how much shadow it is overcasting on the other properties. So you have to analyze those things. Even you have to analyze that how much area it is facing the sun, how much area is without the sun. So all those the illumination effect you can analyze here, and you can plan appropriately your structures in the 3D city environment. So these were few of the use cases which I have talked about. There are many use cases which we have implemented. We can always discuss. We can connect offline. We can always discuss these things in detail as per your convenient time. So for now, I am handing over this to Sumit Thapa. He will talk about that the details of the product line, the technology what we are using to build these use cases. So I request Sumit to please take this.
Thank you very much and good afternoon to all of you. So as you have seen our portfolio and use cases, and we have seen how the technology and the skill set is required. So we have actually bundled our technologies for these use cases, for these skill sets as educational offering. And now we'll talk about our educational offering. So within Hexagon's educational offering, we have these three portfolios. So one is Power Portfolio, which basically deals with traditional GIS and remote sensing applications. Then we have AMAP Portfolio, where basically we have a platform. So since now cloud is actually one of the things that gives you lots of computing power, lots of space from centralized locations. So AMAP Portfolio gives you that uh, plugin where you can actually create different applications. Then we have Luciad portfolio where you can actually create your application from the scratch. So this is a purely API based platform where you can create your application for desktop, browser, and mobile applications. So within Power Portfolio, we have remote sensing suite, so which gives you basically the power of our flagship product line, ADAS Imagine, which can be used for your satellite data, UV data, aerial data, SAR data processing. So lots of almost different kind of images you can work using ADAS Imagine. Some of the key functionalities within ADAS Imagine is your image enhancement, photogrammetry, elevation generation, proximity, hyperspectral data, image classification, and spatial modeling, to name a few. And spatial modeling, it is one of our product line which is actually combining our remote sensing and GIS together. And with spatial model, you can create your workflows which can be automated, and it can be run in a batch mode. It can be run in a distributed mode also. And spatial model gives you the power of AI/ML based operators. It very recently it Google Earth Engine is also been added in this spatial modeler, so you can actually have the power of Google platform also. Okay. So within remote sensing product line, we have in our educational offering, we have ADAS Imagine Professional, our flagship product. We have expansion pack, which gives you the 3D visualization, chain detection, and orthoradar functionalities. We have AR Mapper, which will give you some specific workflows for oil, gas, and mineral industries. We have Imagine Photogrammetry, that'll give you triangulation, ortho rectification, uh, and within photogrammetry, we have two or more add-on modules that is called DSM extractor, which will give you the DSM generation functionalities, and terrain editor in case you want to create very quality and highly accurate elevation models. You can use the terrain editor also. So these are the part of the product offering. Apart from these general, we also have two more additional add-ons in case you want to work with SAR data. Basics are you can do within ADAS Imagine itself, but for say coherence-based chain detection, TN generation using magnitude and phase, you can use the SAR interferometry. Then you have object-based classification, which you can do using Imagine Objective. Then we come to the GIS offering. For GIS offering, we have GeoMedia. GeoMedia, it basically creates maps. It gives you the power of spatial analysis. It can be used for utility. It can be used for your land records. It can be used for forestry applications. So many applications can be done using this GIS. These are some of the functionalities like data interoperability, attribute-based analysis, raster vector, professional label placements. So within the GIS offering for education, we have GeoMedia Professional, which gives you grid analysis, public works, transaction management, parcel management. Then we have Transportation Manager, where you can use it for network analysis of. Then you have motion video analyst. So in case you have UV videos that you want to analyze, you can use motion video analyst. Then we have advanced collection. So advanced collection is mainly when you require very high quality topographic information you want to generate. So that can be done using advanced collection. Okay, so this is one of the video how basically GIS module can work. So it can actually connect to the catalogs of our ADAS Apollo, and it can fetch the data from the web, like here you can see, and you have your utility networks data that can be displayed over that web service, and you can run traces and see how your utility networks are going to be affected if one of the valve get malfunction, or if it is closed, how many houses are going to be get affected. So that these kind of analysis you can do using GIS. So apart from remote sensing GIS, these are the desktop product line. We also have ADAS Apollo in product offering, so which is mainly for spatial data management. When you have very huge amount of data, it can be spatial data, it can be non-spatial data as well. So you can manage that using ADAS Apollo. So it gives you the power to crawl that data, to catalog that particular data, and you can describe the data using metadata, and you can securely disseminate this data over the web to different users as per the roles that you basically assign to them. This is one of the example how Apollo works. You can crawl, you can define different securities, you can authorize at what scale that user can see, you can authorize or deauthorize certain area. So in case you want to mask, you can basically simply create a mask of that particular area, and it is ready to be served with all the user restriction that you want to give. And you can have different kind of metadatas. You can even customize the metadata so that your search or queries can be run according to that. So this way you can spatially manage your all the data that is available to you. Then we come to Map Enterprise. So again, this is mainly a cloud ready platform where you want to deploy it on the cloud, maybe on premise or on a public cloud. So Map Enterprise give you the low code platform where you can actually create different kind of applications. So it can be rich client that can be works like a desktop application. It can be mobile application. It can be used for field survey. It can be used for attribute data capturing from the field. Then you have web client that will give you the you can basically publish all your data over the web, which users at different departments or maybe across the globe can work and see. So Map Enterprise gives you the flexibility of drag and drop kind of application for BI widgets. So you can have charts that basically you can use it for progress monitoring. You can use it for basically monitoring any kind of project that is going on. So this is one of the example of how these widget basically works. You can have hotspots in a single area. So there basically we are showing you the collisions. So what are the type of collision that has occurred over the area, and you can have it filtered based on the time range using this time range chart. You have a heat map over here. You can also have filtered it out based on specific kind of collision. So here it is showing you heads on how it is there. And once you have, in case, oh, sorry, if you have a reality capture data available also, that can also be integrated along with this. So you can have in case of an accident, you can see here, you can have a reality capture data that can work as a basically a single time shot of that timestamp photograph of that area. So you can do the measurements. You can see whether any obstruction is there because of billboards or because of trees that need to be cut down to reduce these kind of fatal injuries that might happen. So you can see here measurements, everything can be done over the web itself. So here it is measuring the accident area, what is the distance of the car, what is the impact. It can be shown, and you can see if any trees are there that may be hiding the your red light or poles. So these can be visualized over here and analyzed over here. So that was a web-based application. So same way you can have rich clients. So these rich clients, oh sorry, started. Okay, fine. So these rich clients are kind of workflows that you can create. So this gives you a desktop-like environment, but over the web, you have all the specific functionalities like snapping, everything that is available in the standard GIS software over the web. And you can also have workflow where you can actually automate how it will go from one user to another. So authorization mechanism also you can implement in this rich clients. You can see, so you can fill out the forms, you can collect the GIS data here, right? So I'll just little bit forward it so that so different kind of forms you can create in this workflows, and these applications can be used for collecting data from different location and everything, because it is client server technology, so everything will be there on the server platform, and everything will be almost near real time to all the users that is using the MF platform. Another thing that comes with MF is geoprocessing. So geoprocessing, we were talking about spatial models. So spatial models on the web, basically, that's what we are talking about for geoprocessing. So you can create models, you can have different kind of workflows you can create here, and it can be published to a non-GIS expert users also. So an expert user create a workflow, and non-expert GIS expert users can actually run that workflow and create different kind of analysis, which will give you the results over the web-based interface only. So you can see here, chain detection algorithm has been created. Now it has been published, and once it is published, we can assign it to a specific users. And then, as we say, this is a low-code platform, so it will give you a drag and drop, as well as in case you have the expertise of programming, you can also customize it or basically enhance it using these scripts, JavaScripts, and then enhance your application and finally publish it over the web. So different users can actually now run this model from different locations without the need of software or a data at their own computers, right? So that's what geoprocessing basically gives you, the power of remote sensing over the web. Another thing is your mobile. So whenever you require the data to be collected from field, you can use these mobile applications. So again, these are completely configurable, just drag and drops, and connecting with the databases, and finally you'll get these applications. And as per user, it will be assigned whatever role or whatever work you want to assign, that can be assigned from the administrator to the mobile user, and he'll collect the data from ground. So this is very good for surveying applications, for mobile field data collections, where you want basically proof of data from field. So again, this is almost near real time because everything is managed from a centralized location. So we have seen actually traditional softwares, that COD software that have been used in geospatial industry. Now we talk about a portfolio called Luciad. So this platform, Luciad, basically gives you the APIs so that you can create applications that is not commercially available off the shelf, or you want application that you don't find it in the market. You can actually create application from the scratch. So these Luciad platform also comes in 3 flavors. One is Lightspeed, that is for your desktop and onboard applications. Then you have Fusion. So basically when you want to serve the data from server, and your Luciad RIA, where basically you create browser applications. So these browser applications can consume data from Fusion server, or it can be consume data from your file systems also. So this is again just one of the sample of applications where the browser application has been created. We have data here from different sources, like aerial data is available. If you can see here, you can see the census data that is coming. The moving sensors are there that can now be connected. You now see the reality meshes that have been captured by airborne cameras. You can also see point cloud data sets here. So all the point cloud data is available. Super meshes are available here. So it has been coming from the server. And once you have this reality captured data from street view, you can actually have a panoramic view or a street view also of any area. So Luciad gives you the platform or APIs to connect to these many kind of data sets and create an application that can consume all these kind of data and give you a situational awareness application. So you can see here different profile, city profile, it is actually showing on the right hand side. So we have seen different applications here, and we have seen the use cases. Now, basically, we want to talk about the content. For that, I just want to hand over to Dr. Madan. So he'll talk about the content that is available with us as part of our alliance. So I'll just hand it over to Dr. Madan.
Yeah, hi everyone. So on the sharing my screen, once visible, please tell me.
Your screen is not yet visible.
I thought it's visible now.
Yeah, it's visible now. Yeah, please go ahead.
So yeah. So hi everyone. So as everybody, as my colleagues are showing, they have the GIS softwares and all those things. To run the analytics part and all those things, we need the GIS data set. So why MapMindia? Because we are stand apart from others who has the limited data sets with them. So as a product, we are the best in map and location tech. We had a real view for majorly all India part covered. And then the map data sets, we have mapped it base map. In base map, we covered road, traffic, places in POI, landmarks, admin layers. It consists of from state boundary to district boundary, sub-district boundary, city boundary, village as a boundary, and village as a point, both town boundaries, with the attributes with census publishing and then following the LGD local government directories. And then business intelligence maps, hyperlocal maps, regional maps, indoor maps, Mapple's pin. It's a unique pin. You enter 6-digit unique pin, and you can navigate to your location with the help of this pin. Then SD maps, identity. The data which we already have that you can use in your analytics purpose, either for education site or for any other purpose. Like we had 17 million addresses as a building point or footprint. Okay, and we had more than 7 million road, which is 98.5% coverage all India roads as per NHAI. And we have categorized all the POIs in 400 plus categories. Like all the education related POIs are in category education, not then there is a subcategories like school, colleges, universities, different disabled type of schools, and then higher secondary school, senior secondary school. Those are the subcategories. So we categorize all POIs like hotels are one category, then 2-star, 3-star, 5-star hotels are subcategories. So we had categorized all the POIs in 400 plus categories, and then we had more than 50 million of POIs all over India, which help to find out your related categories and play around with those POIs. We had more than 3,000 search keywords, 46,000 plus localities. So you can focus your search to the particular locality of that particular city. Then sub localities, the localities within sub localities. Total cities, all cities boundary 7.6K, then 750K villages, all sub-districts 6.9Ks, 745 districts, 36 states boundaries we have. Apart from this, these are these admin and different type of layers. We have traffic layers with ADT, annual average daily traffic data, which you can use to open new education centers or new school universities where traffic are less, where my open lands are there, you can find out from the GIS data sets. We have the affluence layer where the high affluent people are staying, where the low affluence people are staying. We can find out from this affluent layers. We have demographic layers, we have rural potential index layer, then quality of life data, street imageries, earth observation data, 3D building data, metaverse and SD band boundary data we have. I'm showing the live data on my platform. So this is Mapples. You can this is open platform for all. You can search any location here, and you can find out. If you search for major POIs, you can find out this three type of views: 360-degree view, 3D metaverse view, then immerse view. We serve this other layer if somebody wants. Click on this 360 view. You can see the 360 view of that particular location, and here you see the dot where you are standing. If you move your dot, the 360 view will automatically move that from that location. And if you click on 3D view, you can find out the 3D building landmark of that particular POI. You zoomed in, you rotate, you view, and then the immersive view, the 3D landmark with the real view and the satellite imagery. Rotate it, zoom it, okay. So these all data sets we are having. Now, we are also offering the layers which I am saying they are the state boundary, district boundary. So I'm showing you that those type of layers here. If I select state and district, you can see, and I opened it. So the state boundary as a GIS layer, you can visualize it here. When you click on any of the state boundary, you can see the detailed information, the census information, extrapolated with LGD, total number of household population, male, female population, then literate male, female, total population, all these type of statistical data you have so that you can play around and analyst on the top of the GIS software, which my colleagues are showing you. These are district boundaries for 745. Click on any one of the district name, then again the detailed information of that district. You can add the city boundary and the locality boundary. I'm adding only few to visualize you what type of data set we are having. Sorry. So zoom to a particular location, switch on the locality, and again you see the name of that locality by clicking the info. Which locality it is, locality name, the sector names, if there are some sectors. So if we share this data, so here you can't able to see the tabular view because it's we catalog this and that's based on cloud. When we share the data, you can use it as a tabular view also and do the query analysis and different type of heat analysis what colleagues are showing on top of this type of data. Without data, you can't do much more if analytics. If you want to do some analysis on a schools type of data where all the schools are there, so you can get those information quickly from us. Why to create by your own? You simply create your specific layer and play around with those on top of the data which MapMedia has. Okay. So I'm apart from this, I simply hand over to Sumit Khanna for further question and answer.
Thanks, Dr. Madan. So now we would like to summarize the session. We spoke about the opportunities and skill required for excelling in education and R&D institutes. We focused upon Hexagon's technology implementation in real-life scenarios and practical use of our existing technology. We also touched upon map content and its usability across industries. Last but not the least, we propose Hexagon's GIS and remote sensing educational kit for your GIS laboratory researchers, faculty, and can leverage so that they can leverage the technology in their research project work and enhance their skill sets as per the industry requirements. Now we are opening the lines for Q&A. Please submit any questions, comments you have in the chat box. And on the last screen, you will also see we have put an email ID over there as well. In case you want to reach out to the concerned person, you can write on the email ID as well. Thank you. There are questions.
Thank you so much, thank you so much, Sumit. Now I'll take some questions that have come in the chat box. I think the first question was somebody wanted to know about job opportunities at Hexagon. So for that, it would be great if you could follow our LinkedIn page. You will find updates regarding that on our LinkedIn. The next question that we have is, can we use our own spatial model created in ADAS Imagine inside another model that we want to create? And is there option for Python export of the model so that I can further create my standalone scripts for automation of any specific task requirement?
Yes, correct. So regarding this, if you want to export the model in Python, that option is available in ADAS Imagine spatial model. And another thing is that when you have ADAS and your Python in the same machine, you can actually import all the ADAS spatial model within the Python environment also and work fully in the Python environment. So both way you can do it. You can work within the Python model itself and use the spatial model functionalities, or You can, if you want to export something from Python, you can use that script and export it in the spatial model also. So both were possible.
Okay, thanks, Sumit. The next question we have is if someone tries to make a research paper on different GIS, open source, and commercial software, is it to take permission from commercial company?
No, you don't have to take permission of the commercial company, but only thing is that licensing policy, you basically use the license product for that.
So basically, see, we offer the educational suite here for the educational institutes, so they can utilize our software and they can work on their research paper.
Okay, thanks. So somebody wants to know, is the educational suite free?
So actually, if you have a specific project requirement and which need a particular software, you can always write to us in on the email ID. Also, the educational kits are not free, but yes, if the university is, buying the educational kit, GIS or remote sensing, we have some provision with which students can also get some licenses.
Okay. So the next question is around the research areas that are there nowadays in GIS and remote sensing. What are those research areas?
When we talk about research areas, actually environmental is one of the here where environmental impact assessment plays a major role. Almost all the power companies are actually counting the carbon credits now. So research area is there. You have in watershed, you have in agriculture. So agriculture in industry in fact becomes a startup hub now. So people who used to do research in agriculture are now actually coming up with lots of their startups. So agriculture, your environment, these two are I think one of the very hot topics nowadays where you can do a research.
Plus, you name any domain where map is required, where satellite image is required, where any data coming out from sensor is required, then you can leverage the GIS and remote sensing technology. It may be in mining, for climatic change, for forestry, for land record, or for that matter, even if you want to connect multiple offices and build a location intelligence. For that matter, even if you are doing navigation, you can carry out those things. Those tools and features and functionality which is needed to meet the requirement of that particular research is there in our software suites.
Thanks, Pranav. The next question is if somebody wants to start a business in GIS and remote sensing, how can Hexagon help?
Yeah, I think this can be discussed offline and we can discuss it.
Sure.
You can please
So,
contact the email and we can
Yeah, we
actually
can.
have a detailed discussion on this.
sure. So the next question is, can you give different features available in ADAS which are not in open source GIS software?
Yes, we love to discuss that, but I think this is not the forum. So we can actually have it discussed offline. Please contact us. We'll just discuss those features.
Okay, and I think the rest of the few questions are also about job opportunities. So, would somebody want to elaborate a little on the job opportunities in these fields?
Divya, what you suggested is the stand. Plus, government of India and the industry is coming up with, required skill set. So if you are trained on ADAS imaging software, then the job opportunity in the market, be it with any organization, they would like to have ready-made experienced guy on the role.
So first thing is to attain the the skill set in remote sensing or geospatial, followed by the opportunity prospecting.
Okay, thank you, Pranav. So if anybody has any more questions, you can please write them in the chat box. So we will wait another 2 minutes to see if any other questions are there, and then we'll proceed to end the session. So we have one more question, which says, what are the minimum licenses in an education bundle? Do we have any minimum for that, or?
Yeah, Pranav is asking that.
So we have one license is the minimum, which can be offered to any educational institute.
Okay, thank you, Pranav. Okay, so since we don't have any more questions, I would like to thank everyone. This will conclude our today's webinar. Please join me in thanking all of our speakers, Mr. Sumit Khanna, Sumit Thapa, Shashank Mathur, and Dr. Madan, for this informative session. Please note the email ID that is being displayed on the screen. In case you need any further information, please feel free to reach out on this email address. We will be sharing a recording of this session in case you wish to listen back to this later. We appreciate your time and hope you have found this webinar to be a valuable experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining in. Good day.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.